Hey guys, this is Noisy Boy 305, bringing it to you loud and proud. This is just going to be my impressions video of the Star Wars beta. Uh, and we'll start with probably the graphics, probably one of the more obvious ones. As you can see in this drop zone here, the graphics are just totally sick. For PS4 especially, I'm guessing they'll be a little bit better on the computer and with the Xbox and so on and so forth, but yeah, very awesome. For the PS4, this game is going to be sick. Obviously just the betas that they haven't worked out all the kinks yet, but as you can see, bolts look beautiful, killing people look awesome. They show you all the tutorials and achievements you get while you're fighting. I did find that trying to shoot someone at a distance can be hard to see sometimes, but it's not even that bad really. With drop zones like it is in now, the stormtroopers stick out like a sore thumb, whereas the rebels you can barely see. But I think that's just, it's not even really a complaint really. I think that's just the way it is. Especially with you look at the ground, the lighting looks just great. You can see the sun and the shine in the background. They did work a lot on the shadows, as you can see, just looking at terrain and stuff like that. So they really did have a look. And if this is just the beta, like, holy crap, come on. And even just the down ships in the middle on fire, you can get hurt by that and all that kind of stuff. They really did their homework on the graphics. I think that was probably one of the main things they wanted to look at. Obviously being a DICE game, they wanted it to look good, obviously. Probably the cons with the graphics, as far as I can tell, I'm a massive Star Wars fan, so it's going to be hard to find a con for me in a game like this. What do I say for graphics? Probably the fact that it's in drop zone especially, you can barely, well, in my opinion, it might be just my eyes, but I could barely see a rebel. He could blend into the background, especially in drop zones. Probably not in the Walker Assault, but more the drop zone itself. You could barely see the rebels, and the troopers just stood out like sore thumbs, so they were easy to hit even if you weren't even aiming for them. But that's just really a whinge than anything else. Probably the next thing I'll talk about will be controls. Obviously being a DICE game, and if you're used to games like Battlefield and Call of Duty, this will just be a walk in the park for you guys. I found that when you're flying probably vehicles, say the least, like the X-Wing and the A-Wing, TIE Fighters and all that kind of jazz, because it was inverted I actually got a bit confused, but that was probably just because I'm not used to games like that. But like I said before, if you're used to that kind of stuff, it'll be easy for you. That can be easily rectified though if you switch up the controls. Even with like I said, if you're used to those Call of Duty kind of games, this game will just come easy to you because it doesn't have clips and stuff. It only has overheats. Yeah, it's really, it's not even a con really if you think about it. Just flying vehicles in general, well, I didn't find it hard. I was just trying to get used to it really, for me in general. What else can we have a look at? Because they were inverted sticks, some people might find it hard, some people might not. I found controlling the AT-ATs and the walkers wasn't too bad. Controlling your hero probably wasn't that bad. As you can see, I'm executing Luke right there. The hero's control was, I found it quite easy. You're pretty much a god when you're playing as Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, but a well-managed team can take down a hero, so don't fret. You can kill a hero. I've done it myself. Con for the hero controls, if anything, they needed a double jump, but apart from that, I found it actually quite easy. Easy to kill people, turn tides of the battle, so on and so forth. And because they got those how-to controls displayed in the bottom right corner there with your grenades and stuff, the same thing with the hero. It tells you, block, attack, force ability, so on and so forth. But yeah, all in all, controls are pretty damn easy, even for someone like me who's not really into first-person shooters. I actually found it quite easy to get used to. I struggled to start with, only because I'm not a first-person expert. But yeah, I didn't find it very hard at all. Now we'll probably skip to the next one, which is just basic gameplay. Wow, where do I start? Everything from being visually stunning in drop zones and aiming with your jetpacks and just the terrain and using the terrain to your advantage and so on and so forth. The add-ons to your loadout and all that kind of jazz. It pretty much hits the mark in gameplay, in my opinion. Again, being a massive Star Wars fan, I'm going to be finding it hard to find something bad about this, but in Drop Zones itself, a good little tutorial just to get used to the gameplay itself. Changing your modes can be an advantage, not a disadvantage. You can be first person and third person in this game, so the gameplay is not the worst that we've seen out there. It's just a lot of the times you found, especially in the Walker Assault, there was, because it's 40 on 40, if you weren't used to the gameplay, you'd find that you're just walking in circles, going the wrong way, getting shot while you're trying to aim and stuff like that. But if you get used to it, in the Walker Assault especially, you can jump in the AT-ATs and use your hero and stuff like that, and you can just turn the tide yourself, really. But the gameplay is it's just nuts. I've already pre-booked this game, so I'm having this game. I'm not even a first person, fan, but I want this game. What else is there about gameplay? Oh, just the whole fact that it takes you back to the old school Star Wars, battling on Hoth and seeing your heroes running around, or even being the heroes itself. It's just so good. Yeah, and even using your heroes, I guess you could call that a different part of the gameplay. Even from using Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker, just obviously awesome. You have to play as the hero. You have to. It doesn't matter who it is. In this beta, you can only pick Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, but that's all you need. Darth Vader is absolutely sick. You need to use him. So pretty much, everything in this game, even though it's a beta, is great. This game is going to take off. I don't know what they're going to add onto it with DLCs, if they have DLCs. You can only go Drop Zone and Walker Assault, so there are other gameplays you could not do yet. But when this game comes out, it's just going to be absolutely good. I'll just touch up on these cons, because I seem to be finding just talking about this game just too many good things. We'll go up the cons. Maybe controlling the X-Wing or X-Wing, A-Wings, whatever you want to call them, needs to be tuned up. It is really easy to die. I did find it easy to die. Probably that needs to be tweaked, in my opinion. Just maybe to survive longer, or maybe get yourself like a flak jacket or just an extra layer of armor just to help you out. If you're in this game to compete, like come first all the time, get the highest kills all the time, you need to have high sensitivity. I didn't have on the highest sensitivity, but some people can find this hard, like I did to start with, but easily rectified with time. I do really think the hero needs a double jump, in my opinion. He needs to be able to do those massive leaps, just to go from one side of the battle to the other. But again, that's just totally my opinion. I also did notice there were, not really in Walker Assault, well actually kind of, but more in Drop Zone, that there were a lot of campers. For those of you who have played Destiny, they pretty much swatted out all campers altogether. Like, you have to get across the field, you have to find your people. Even if you are camping, pretty much the map lets you know where your opponent is at all times, so you can't really camp. I think they need to apply that kind of mentality in this, so people were just not sitting up in the snowy mountains or up on the ledges and Drop Zones just picking people off with their sniper rifles, that they actually have to get into the battle and just be a part of the team, or just be a part of the assault in general. Well, apart from the graphics and Drop Zones where it's hard to see the rebels, but that's not really a con. And I think they also need a secondary weapon. Like, I didn't mind the first, the prime weapon, like that machine gun that I've got right now. But they need just like, I don't know, maybe a pistol or something like that, or I don't know, a knife, anything like that. They just needed that secondary weapon that didn't need a charge, that well, didn't need a cooldown or a charge, so to speak. Just a little pistol you could bring out if you wanted to, just, you know, just a suggestion. But you know, realistically, I think this game is going to take off, especially with the movies coming out and all that kind of jazz. This movie is just going to take off, and people are just going to love this game. I think DICE and you know, whoever you know, all those other companies that made this game have just hit this one spot on. And as I said before, you know, I've already brought this. I've already put it on, you know, pre-order. So. But yeah, those are pretty much just the cons I can think of. Some of them are just whinges, not really cons, but there's just so many good things about this game that everyone's gonna like and love, just like me. And if I had to give it a rating, just as a beta, I'll probably be playing this game for hours and hours and hours, and I know I'm going to be playing it for hours. So just for me and my opinions, I'll probably give it about a 9. Maybe an 8.5 out of 10 at the lowest. But just being a beta, like, we haven't played any of the gameplay or the other modes or whatever DLCs they're going to add to it, like the Jakku battle that's going to be there. So you never know. This is just my early impressions of the beta. This game could be different when I play it, the actual game. So those are just my opinions, and not to be taken seriously or trying not to offend anyone, of course, but if you're a fan just like me, you'll love this game so much. Well, those are my impressions, those are my pros and cons, so to speak, of this game. So please, if you did like this, give me the thumbs up, dudes. I love those thumbs up. And even if you want to, subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos that I've got. And as always, guys, stay noisy.